Hi, I'm Miss Galata, and welcome back to Library Lessons. Did you know that there are 14 different sections of the library? There aren't just fiction books and picture books. Now, you may be wondering, how do we organize and keep track of 14 different sections? Well, that's where the Dewey Decimal System comes in. From number 0 to 999, we keep track of all the books. But that still leaves 4 other sections that aren't categorized by number. And we're going to go over those today. In fact, I think in honor of St. Patrick's Day, we might get my Irish friend Aoife to help out. Aoife?
I'd be happy to help out some fellow readers. Hi, I'm Aoife and I'm from Ireland. Have you ever been? It's an island right across the sea from the States. Let's zoom in. A wee more. More? There she is. And do you see that spot called Dublin? That's where I met Miss Galata when we lived there for school. It's a beautiful place with a lot to see, and if you've never been, this video will help you find books in the library to tell you more about it. But first, let's start at the very beginning. Here we are at the zeros, 100s, 200s, and 300s. Let's start with zeros. That is this small section right here. Think of this as the prequel. So here we have general works, computer science, and information. An example of this would be the encyclopedia of everything nasty. Gross. Anyway, on to the 100s, or the Who Am I section. This is all about philosophy and psychology. After that, the 200s, Who Made Me, or religion. Examples of these are How Full Is Your Bucket List for Kids, and the Menorah Story. Interesting. Now let's go to the 300s. What's cool about this section, the 300s, is that it's social science, and it also includes fairy tales and folk tales. Now the way to remember this is, who's that guy? You're being social. Now these have all different fairy tales like Cinderella and Jamie O'Rourke and the Big Potato, which is an Irish story. You might even see me in here if you read it. Now on to the 400s, which are all about language, or how do I talk to that guy? While we're at the language section, let's talk about some Irish phrases. So instead of saying, how's it going? We say, what's the story? And instead of saying, thank you so much, we say, thanks a mil or thanks a million. And we do not say, top of the morning. That's only for leprechauns. Let's go to 500. Didn't have to travel far. It's right next door. Now the 500s, or the world as we see it, is the science section, and there are quite a few bookshelves of this, so be sure to check that out. We have stuff like space, nature, dogs, anything you could really want. Now onto 600s. 600s is technology. Now the books are a little bit lower for our shorter friends. I'm pretty tall, so I'll lean over. Now, these books are really cool because they are what we make of the world. An example of this would be drones, or fire engines, or trains. There are a lot of different things that we have made out of the world, and I think that's one of the cool things that you could find in the 600 section. Now let's go to the 700 section. Welcome to one of my favourite sections, the arts and recreations, or the let's have some fun section. So you could find different things like crafts and even graphic novels, but there are so many that they have their own bookshelf. Let's go look at those. These are all graphic novels. Plus we have more that are checked out right now. Let's leg it back to the 800 section. This is the 800 section, or the Let's Share Our Knowledge with Our Kids section. What's cool about this is that it has a lot of poetry. Now onto the 900s. This is the 900 section, or the Let's Tell Our Future Kids section. What's cool about this is that this is where you find books about Ireland. Let's look. Here's one. Miss Galata, look, it's a page about Dublin.
What a cool find. In fact, I actually have a friend in Ireland right now. We went to school together in Dublin, and she's going to show you around a little bit. Sadie?
Hey Miss Galata, thanks for having me on library lessons. And hi everyone, my name is Sadie. I live here in Dublin and today I'm super excited to get the chance to show you around my city. So let's go.
For the first stop on our walk, I'm taking you to a place that's very special to me. This is Thomas Street, where Miss Galata and I both lived when we studied abroad in Ireland. This is where we met and where we became really great friends. Next stop on our tour is Christ Church Cathedral. This church is nearly 1,000 years old and was originally owned by Vikings. Next is Grafton Street, a pedestrianised street in the heart of Dublin. And in non-COVID times, this street is usually packed with people and there is always someone playing live music. Right at the end of Grafton Street is one of my absolute favorite places in the entire city. This is St. Stephen's Green Park. It's a beautiful park located right in the center of Dublin and is an awesome place to get a break from the hustle and bustle of the city center. It's a bit chilly today, but on beautiful sunny days, this park is absolutely packed with people. We don't get too much sun here in Ireland, so when it is shining, we are sure to make the most of it. Here we have the River Liffey, Liffey meaning life in Irish. The river in total is 78 miles and it separates the north and south side of the city. Today there are 21 bridges connecting the two sides of the city. One of my favorite of these bridges is the Halfpenny Bridge. This bridge is over 200 years old and was built in May of 1816. It's 141 feet long and 12 feet wide, and it's estimated that roughly 30,000 people cross this bridge every single day. I live on the north side of the city, so it looks like it's time for me to cross the bridge and head home.
So those are just a few of my favorite spots here in Dublin, but there are so many more all across Ireland. So if you are interested, make sure to check out the 900 section in your library. Thank you for coming on my walk with me today, and I hope you had as much fun as I did.
Wow, isn't Dublin so cool? There are so many things to see just in that one city. But for now, let's get back to Aoife.
Here are a load of references. This is where you'll find books like encyclopedias, dictionaries, and even books all about the different states. Look, there's one about Connecticut. No spoilers though. You'll have to check it out to find out information. Now let's go to the other non-numbered section of the library. Now on to biographies. These are the who was, what was books. But this is only one shelf. Let's go on to the other. You're a little far away. Come closer. Now these are the other biographies, from anyone to Britney Spears to LeBron James. Now, if you want to know anything about anyone, come here. Albert Einstein, Larry Bird, and Ray Montague. Now on to the last two sections of the library, my favourite parts. This is the E section. Now notice how every book starts with an E and then the first three letters of the author's name. That's so it can be organised alphabetically. So if we had a book by Harker and Dee, which one would come first? The D or the H? The D, right, because it comes first in the alphabet. Now E stands for easy or everybody. And let me tell you, I love a good picture book.
Aoife. We're on a schedule.
Oh, right. Let's roll on over to the next section. Welcome to the largest section of the library, the fiction section. We have fiction books from A to Z. Do you remember how they're categorized? Right, alphabetically. That means all the A's are over there and all the Z's are over there. But there are so many books over here, from spooky to heartwarming to funny to mystery. There has to be a book for you. And I believe everyone has at least one book that they'll love. That's all for me, and it's been grand chatting with you. Just remember, even though this library might be set up a little bit different than others, it still has the same sections of fiction, non-fiction, and easy readers. So wherever you go, you'll know where to find your books. And if you saw a book in today's video that you want to check out, let Miss Galata or an adult know, and they'll get it checked out for you. I'm Aoife. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Aoife. That was definitely an interesting way to learn about the different sections of the library. Now let's go over a chart to help you remember. The 0s are computer science, information, and general works. The prequel. The 100s are psychology and philosophy. Who am I? 200s are religion. Who made me? 300s are social science. Who's that guy? 400s are language. How do I talk to them? 500s are science, the world we see. 600s are technology, what we make from the world. 700s are art and recreation. Let's have some fun. 800s are literature. Let's share this with our kids. And 900s are geography and history. Let's share this with our future kids. Great! Now if you want, I've added a link in the description to a Jeopardy game made by a fellow librarian all about these sections of the libraries, 0 to 999. There are some bonus questions in there that we didn't go over and are a little bit tricky, but go ahead and try your best. I'm Miss Galata, and thanks for joining me on today's library lesson.